Spring is in the air, the days are getting longer, the weather's getting warmer, and I've got a list of 7 cocktails that you've got to try that are perfect for this time of the year. So let's just go ahead and get started with drink number 1, which is the Kentucky Maid. All right, now this first drink is for all the whiskey lovers out there. And I know that for some, whiskey is not what makes people think like light and bright and fresh in spring, but this drink has all of the right ingredients to make it exactly that. So in order to get started making the Kentucky Maid, we're gonna start with a mixing glass. And to that, we're gonna add 2 fresh cut cucumber nickels. Then we'll grab some mint and add 6 to 8 mint leaves. We'll give that a quick muddle to get the goodness out. Then we'll grab some bourbon and we will add 2 ounces to the mixing glass. Then we're gonna add 1 ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice. And to sweeten it up, we're gonna add 3/4 of an ounce of 1-to-1 ratio simple syrup. Then we'll top that thing off with ice. Give it a shake for about 10 to 15 seconds to chill and dilute. Then in an old-fashioned glass, we'll drop in 1 big ice cube and we'll double strain the cocktail to make sure we're not getting any chunkies in there. We'll garnish with a spring helping of mint and 1 of our cucumber nickels. And that's it. That's a Kentucky Maid. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that screams spring. It's kind of light. It's like sourish because it's got that lime and sugar in there, but then you get that minty pop like you would get from like a julep, and then the cucumber kind of comes in. Anyway, we're on to the next one. Drink number 2, which is going to be the Sherry Cobbler. All right, now this drink is fun because it's a classic that goes all the way back to the 1800s, and it's perfect for the warmer days of spring because it's got this lighter, fruitier sort of aspect to it. And it's also really easy to make. Now in order to get started, you're gonna need a mixing tin or a mixing glass. We're gonna begin with some orange. So we're gonna add 2 to 3 orange slices. And then it's time for the sherry. I'm using Amantiado Sherry. We're gonna add 4 ounces to the mixing glass. This may seem like a lot, but remember, this is wine. This is a low ABV. And to sweeten it, we're gonna add 1/2 ounce of our 1-to-1 simple syrup. Top off the glass with ice and give it a shake for about 10 to 15 seconds. And then we're going to fill our serving glass with some lightly crushed ice. And then we're just going to double strain, making sure we keep the orange bits out of there right over the crushed ice. Then garnish with some orange slices. And of course, it's not a cobbler unless you add the berries. I'm going with raspberries today. Spank some mint and give it a little bit of color there. And these work really well with a straw, so that's it, guys. That is a sherry cobbler. I mean, that screams warmer weather right there. The crushed ice, just icy cold. You get that fruitiness from the orange. If you're a sherry lover, this is a great drink. If you've never had a sherry cocktail, this is a great starter. So I highly recommend giving this a shot. Anyway, let's move on and let's get to the third drink, which is the Aperol Spritz. All right, guys, this is a perfect patio sipper to welcome the warm days of spring. It's got Aperol in it, which is an Italian aperitivo. It's got this light, like citrusy aspect as well as a little bit of a bitter edge. And it also uses bubbles because it's a spritz. And so it gives it kind of a lighter body. Anyway, it's a super easy drink to make. So in order to get started, you're gonna need the glass you're gonna build it in. I'm using a wine glass. And I'm gonna start out by filling my glass with ice. Then we're gonna add 2 ounces of our Aperol directly to the glass. Add 3 ounces of Prosecco, being careful not to spill. Use a bar spoon to mix it up a little and top it off with some soda water. Then garnish with an orange slice. Then there you go, that's an Aperol Spritz. There's that citrus that's there, but then it's also got that Aperol sort of bitter finish, so it doesn't linger on your palate. I think that's perfect for when you want something a little bit lighter. Also, again, pretty low ABV for this drink, so completely sessionable. All right, so now we're on to drink number 4, which is the Gold Rush. This is another whiskey drink, and it's a really popular riff on a bourbon sour. But instead of using sugar to sweeten it, it uses honey in the form of honey syrup. Anyway, it's a really easy drink to make, but it is shaken. So in order to get started, you're gonna need your mixing glass. And we're gonna start with our whiskey here. I'm using Elijah Craig. We're gonna add 2 ounces of bourbon to the mixing glass. Then we're gonna add 1 ounce of fresh lemon juice. Then you'll need some 3-to-1 honey syrup. We're gonna add 3/4 of an ounce. Ice it up and make sure we get enough ice in there, definitely. Then give it a shake for about 10 to 15 seconds to chill and dilute. And then in an old-fashioned glass, we're gonna drop in 1 big ice cube if you got it. And then just strain the cocktail right over the ice there. That looks good. Express some lemon oil, rub a little on the rim. and just drop the peel on top of the ice. That there is the Gold Rush, my friends. It's like the perfect sour-sweet mix, and the honey and the bourbon work together perfectly. It also reminds me of the Bee's Knees, which is also a spring and summery drink that I like. But the Bee's Knees uses gin instead of the bourbon. Anyway, we're on to the next drink, which is drink number 5. And that's the Aviation cocktail. It's known for its purple color, which comes from a Creme de Violette, which is a floral liqueur that gives it sort of a flowery aspect that actually totally reminds me of spring. Now, it's a really simple cocktail to make. It's shaken, so you're gonna need to start with your mixing glass. And to that, we are going to start with our gin. And we're gonna add 2 ounces. Then we're gonna add 1/4 ounce of Maraschino Liqueur, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, and then again with our 1-to-1 ratio simple syrup, we're gonna add 1/2 ounce. And then I almost forgot the purple stuff. We're gonna add 1/4 ounce of Creme de Violette. Then top it all off with some ice, and then give it a nice shake for about 10 to 15 seconds. And then usually these are served up, so we're gonna strain that cocktail out. You don't have to use a strainer for this. Express some lemon oil, give it a little rim love, and then garnish with the lemon peel. And that's it. That is an Aviation cocktail, guys. Now, the original recipe didn't use the simple syrup, and I think it was just too tart. It didn't feel balanced. It wasn't like a well-rounded drink. But when you make it this way, that sweetness actually helps the floral aspect from the Creme de Violette pop just that much better. So I say give one a shot this spring. All right, we're on to the next drink, which is drink number 6, and that is the Airmail cocktail. Okay, so this is one of those forgotten classics that I think deserves a lot more attention. And it's a rum-based cocktail that, you know, really has ingredients that remind me of the warmer days of spring. Now, it's super easy to make. It's a shaken cocktail, but it's kind of a 2-step process. So to get started, you're gonna need your mixing glass. And then we're gonna begin by adding 1 ounce of white rum, then 1/2 ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice, 1/2 ounce of honey syrup. Again, this is a 3-to-1 ratio. We're using the same honey syrup. Add the appropriate amount of ice to fill that glass. Then we're gonna give this a nice shake for about 10 to 15 seconds to chill in the roots. I'm using a Nick and Nora today. We're just gonna strain the cocktail into the glass and make sure we get it all out there. And this cocktail is topped off with bubbles, so we're gonna add 1.5 ounces of Prosecco to the top of this. Let's wake some mint up and garnish the cocktail with a little sprig there. And that's it, that's the Airmail, guys. Yeah, God, that's such a good drink. It's like a daiquiri, but with that honey complexity in there. It's light, it's bright, it's got the bubbles, and you know, a little mint on top kind of gives it that fresh pop, so perfect for the spring. Anyway, we are almost out of time here, so let's get to the last drink, which is drink number 7, and that's a Paloma. Now, the original Paloma was made with tequila and grapefruit soda, either squirt or jarritos, but I like to use fresh grapefruit, and I like to sweeten it with agave nectar to kind of stay with the theme. Now, it's a super easy drink to make, but we are gonna start with a mixing glass. And we'll begin with our tequila. Make sure you're using silver tequila, guys. We're gonna add 2 ounces. Then to sweeten it, we are going to add 1/2 ounce of agave nectar. And for balance, we're gonna add some fresh squeezed lime juice. We're gonna add 1/2 ounce. Then it's time for our grapefruit. Remember, we're using fresh squeezed juices, guys, always the best. We're gonna add 3 ounces to the mixing glass. Top that bad boy off with ice. Then you just wanna lightly shake this for a couple of seconds, just to mix it up. Next, top off your serving glass with ice, and then strain out the contents of the mixing tin over the ice. Top with some soda water to give it the bubbles. I like a straw on a tall glass. And we're gonna garnish this with some fresh grapefruit. That is the Paloma. Yeah, so pretty simple and an awesome spring cocktail. Unfortunately, because I take a medication, I cannot drink this because grapefruit, I think, can kill me, right? She says it can't kill me, but I don't know. I'm not supposed to drink it. Anyway, that is all of the drinks for today. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I count that right? 7 cocktails for spring. I think you should try all of them. These are all cocktails that I would definitely serve up in a bar. I went ahead and picked drinks that I thought that would be easy for you to make. You don't need any special equipment to do these. If you haven't had any of these drinks and you decide to try one, let me know how it goes down in the comments below, because that helps my channel grow, and I'd like to keep doing this for a while. Anyway, that's it. Cheers. We are on to the next drink. All right, now the Sherry Cobbler is a classic that goes back